How do Forex Factory calendar works? So today we are going to be talking about this Forex Factory calendar, and I'm going to be showing you how it works right from the beginning, how you can be seeing different news over here the moment they are just being released, and how to just follow this, because this is a very important thing for the traders in terms of fundamental analysis. So I'm going to be clicking right over here, and you can go to the forex.com, forexfactory.com, and slash calendar. Let me just be taking you right over here. And this is what you just see. There are a lot of things that you can observe into the market. We have trends, but I'm going to be showing you in terms of the calendar, because this is very important how to just interpret them. And where do you just that? So first of all, if you are trend fundamental analysis, you want to be trending fundamental analysis, then this is very easy for you. Where you actually have to start is this one. For the simplest thing, we have different colors. You can see this red color that you can see, these are high impact names, and this is what I actually recommend for you to start knowing first. This count for the high impact news. So how do you filter this? Because you can see it's only red ones that are high impact news that are here. Now you can just go over here where we have this button you're using your PC. We have this thing that you see over here. So the moment you press this button, it will just take you where you can filter between high impact and the low impact news. You can see we have impact like this, the red ones, and this one looking like the orange, and we have the yellow, and then we have the one that is gray. So this is high impact news. It means we don't just want to see only high impact news. You can mark all of them. You just want to look at all of them into the market. Let's just put everything into the market, and you can see everything is actually over here. For example, starting this has been the whole of the last week. So the moment you see this color, these colors will actually tell you where we have high impact news. For example, where you see red, you know that we have high impact news. That means they're actually going to move the market anytime this data are being released. So that is the first thing that you have to know. But remember, you can filter that one, as we said, by just going over here and marking what you just want to see. If you want high impact news that are happening, for example, in the next coming week, you can filter that, and you see where we don't have high impact news, then we are not going to be seeing that. All this you can see are high impact news that has been affecting the week, including CPI, interest rate, all these monetary policies are here. So the first thing that you have to know. You can separate between there. On the filter over here, again, you can select on what you just want, any type of the event, like you cannot, anytime if you are looking for the news. I think marking all of this then is very important. And the other thing is between the currencies that you trade and the currencies that you don't trade. For example, you can, if you don't trade New Zealand, you can mark that. If you don't trade Swiss franc over here, you can mark. CNY over here, you can unmark, and you can just be left with the news that you want to be over here to get its news. And for example, we can just be left, for example, with GBP USD, but I recommend you mark all of them, and then you can click filter. So we are going to be seeing on the news on GBP and the USD, and you can see high impact news in terms of GBP and USD appearing, for example, on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, where the Monday and Tuesday we don't have high impact news. Remember, all those are the filters that you just make over there. But remember what you said. In case you want to know how to interpret this, then this is a fundamental analysis class. You have to know how to just do that, because CPI, you have to know how Federal Reserve is just going to affect the market, and retail sales, and all this high impact news and low impact news. So that is the first thing that you can know into the market. The other thing you just have to know in terms of the calendar, there are some news that are going to affect. If you actually bring your cursor around on the left side where there is Forex market, around here where we have Forex Factory here, then the moment you just bring your cursor around here, then you're going to see the news that are going to affect the metal, and that can be silver, gold, energy. We have something like oil and gas, and crypto. You can see all those news that are going to affect. For example, if you can select the crypto over here, and then you see the news that can affect the crypto over here, like all these things over here. You actually filter this well, then you see everything being printed over here right from Monday, and you can see Saturday, September 2023, 5 p.m. This news was to affect the cryptocurrency, and that's how you just check everything into the market just like that. If you want to go back to your Forex Factory calendar, you can just come over here, Forex Factory. These are the news that will be affecting foreign currencies only. Now, as you can see right over here, I'm just going to bring everything back so that we can go to calendar. The calendar is here. Anytime maybe you come to forexfactory.com, the calendar is up over here. Remember, we're talking about the calendar. Now, there's another cool thing about the Forex Factory. So you can see we have this button here that look like message, that's just look like message. It's here. So this one, when you actually press this one, then you're going to be seeing every result. For example, over here, sources, if you actually click this source over here, Office of National Statistics, you'll see where they took that data, where it was released, and you can go and open that tab and you'll see where they took that data from, because everything that comes over here is just statistics that it combined from different websites, and you can see they came up that data from here, and that is where this data was sourced from. So it's just simple. You can just be coming over here, any news that you just want to maybe to read further about that interest rate, you can just be coming over here to source Federal Reserve platform. So you can just be coming to the Federal Reserve platform, and you can just be seeing more about the interest rate decisions, and that is where you see everything. So it's just simple. You can see where the information was gathered from, because it's just simple. Now, the other thing is the MISHA, where you can see the MISHA interest rate, which they just explain how they're just going to be affecting the currency over here, and the effect is here. So they tell you, in case the market is actually greater, in case the data is printed is higher than what we are printed or expected over here, then they just give you the result that you expect, whether it's to strengthen the currency or weaken the currency. And then frequency is where you can see the time this data is actually being printed. You can see it when it's released actually. So it is scheduled 8 times per year. That is what you have to know. Okay. Next release will be November 1. That is November 1, 2023. That is when we are going to be seeing another interest rate hike, not hike, but releases on the Fed. So that is where you can just see the notes are here. Why traders can, how this will be bring, how this is important to traders, and what is this? That is Federal Reserve interest. It's called as interest rate or Fed funds rate. So that is where you can click to just know all that. So on the other related stories, you see where all other stories about the interest rate will be posted across these areas. And as you can see, we have where you can read more about the federal decisions that was released here, and you can just be reading on these articles, and you can be learning, including from FX trade. You can just click those links to source more about this information. So that's amazing. So moving on this, we have the other thing that you can just see is the colors. In case we have green, sometimes people just ask this, in case the market print green anytime the results are here. So first of all, you have to know between these three, because you can see we have the results that are printed over here. So on the left, on the right side over here, this is where the previous one. So this is the previous data. This is the forecasted according to the analyst of what it just predict is just going to happen. And then this is the actual data that is being released. And you can see sometimes from what the expert analyze and what is expecting, sometimes it actually calls accurate that. So even sometimes, this fundamental news sometimes are not 100%. When you see this just a prediction and what the expert expect into the market. So you can see this is the previous data, the expectations, and the actual data that was being released. So anytime you can see we have 3 colors on this data that is going to be released over here, and you can see they have different colors. Not this, we have this black, you can see from here, that is actual data, and the prediction is 5.5. And when it comes to 5.5, then that means on the black, that means there is no impact on that. So everything seems to be a neutral. So when it comes to rand, it means that it's just negative result towards that currency, just negative result. If it is dollar, that means it's just going to weaken the dollar. So if it is a grain, that means it's a positive result and it is going to strengthen a certain currency. So rand is to weaken, grain is to strengthen, and then black is like neutral. So that is what you just have to know over there. So those are things that you can just be learning over there. We have the graphs over here where you can just monitor how things has just been going with the time. So for example, this one you can see this sort of how rate has just been going over here. In case this is an official rate, so you can see how they've been hiking the interest rate with time, and that's how it has been moving with the time. So that is where the graph you can see it's just over here on the last one that you can just see over here. So we have all those things that you can just over here. So if you want to go previous week, you can click where we have this week. You can see this is this week. You're just going to go, want to know the data that is coming for the next week. You can click over here next, and you'll be seeing the week that is next, and that's between this 24th to the September 30th, and you'll be seeing the data doesn't just be expect over here into the market, like unemployment, high impact news. If you want to filter in to see all the news, then you can just be coming over here to be seeing how these news are going to be affecting the market. You can select again all currencies to see all the currencies and not only one currency. I can select probably I like high impact news so that I can start with that, and you'll be seeing all the data being printed right over here, and you can start trending over here by knowing what is just going to be happening to the market. Anytime the news reaches to the time, then it will start counting over here, and then it will be updated. You can go to the more to check on the more coming weeks like that, and then things will be very cool. So that's how you can start by analyzing and knowing more about this Forex Factory Canada. So don't forget to follow me at everywhere at DanTech, including on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere at DanTech Forex, and you'll be learning more about Forex trading. Also, don't forget to subscribe and bring more people to learn more about Forex. Bye bye. Yes.